They literally woohooed once, you guys. Literally one time. What is this? Hi, this is Cass from Aussie Cass Plays, and welcome back to the Royal Generation of My Medieval Legacy Challenge! If you've seen my community post, or even just the machinima I posted, I did the wedding as a machinima. Basically, I've used MC Command Center to enable romance for teens, but that doesn't enable my wedding stories interactions for teens. So I couldn't have a flower pal, I couldn't have a ring bearer, I couldn't have all those things you need to actually invite via an interaction. None of that was working. So I did it as a machinima just because with that I have a bit more control over the Sims. We're going to do the reception live now, so this is just after the wedding. I thought I'd just let them have a cute little dance together. You'll also notice I've moved Gloria out. She still lives here. I've moved her in as a live-in servant instead. I've employed her as a maid. Oh, not a maid, a nanny. She was Fiona's nanny. So let's all just admire Justine. How beautiful is she? I aged her up 2 days early. She should technically have still been a child, but when I was aging up the save, I was like, she's so close. I did invite Richard. I actually forgot to invite him to the wedding, but his son is here, so that's awesome. Can we thank him for coming? He is our preeminent noble. Also William. We should thank William as well. And ideally Fiona's parents, assuming they came. Oh, here's the Queen. She's gone to talk to Lorna, who is Lord Honeycutt's wife over here. Oh, he likes stories. I'm going to have a deep conversation with Lorna. Sorry. James is still here as a squire to Sir Byron, so he's meant to be more along the lines of being helped, but that's okay. So we're also going to have a deep conversation with the Queen, probably about the delivery of all those things we're meant to be receiving now that the kingdoms are allied. Oh, she's having jealous pangs and feeling insecure. Awesome. Maybe because her sister's here. I'm gonna have her come up and can we do something? I don't think she would go the full make out, but at least flirt with her husband in front of her sister. Now, I did actually cheat a tense moodlet onto her because I thought going to her sister's wedding to the man she was meant to marry would make a woman a little tense. Maybe Gloria's like, are you okay, princess? Because she was probably also Rhea's nanny, or at least worked with Rhea's nanny. So these guys would know each other quite well. I really would like you to have a chat to Rhea. I know your wife is going to be terribly jealous. Looks like Everett's also come over here. I think Rhea is his pride and joy, firstborn, favoured child, etc., etc. So he'd be quite concerned that she seems so upset. Look at our handsome boy, by the way. I did not realise that his wedding gear, because this is presumably his wedding outfit, I think is the exact same outfit that his son is now wearing. That's a little awkward. I wonder, actually, I'm gonna put him in that. I would like you to have a chat to Rhea. They're not BFFs anymore, but they are friends still. He probably realizes, I mean, it's pretty obvious, she hasn't been concealing her emotions particularly well. I'm sure he realizes that he has upset, or not, maybe not upset, but offended her. Oh, Gregory's single and loving it. I was thinking about Rhea and her marital status because she's the most eligible princess in all the kingdoms at the moment. And I was debating who I could pair her off with. Let's talk up Felix. The problem with a match with Felix, I actually would love it if the two of them got together, but the problem with a match with Felix is that he's the heir of the Water State and the next oldest child is Justine, but we've established previously that female children only inherit estates, noble estates and kingdoms and stuff if there's no male sibling. So it would actually be little Henry, who is currently a child. It is Ray. Why did I think it was Rhea? I am an idiot. It's fine. I'm actually going to just reset her mood. Oh, that reset his mood. Okay, well, never mind then. I mean, these guys are having a nice chat. Maybe Fiona can make friends with Isabella, because Isabella and Richard do not, like, they all have negative attraction. What's the lack of compatibility with Redwood? But if she could make friends with them, maybe that would get us around that problem. Oh, are we leaving? Oh, we're leaving. Bye-bye, I guess. Half my guests have left, but I thought I'd have the sisters have a conversation. Martin, sweetie, maybe you should go. So these two are both feeling tense. I can kind of see why. You know, one of them just did marry the other one's potential future husband. But that's fine. It's fine. Ray's leaving. I am so confused about her name. I genuinely thought it was Rhea. But obviously there's something else we need to do because it is their wedding night. Let's have them go here together. Gotta have a little flirty flirt. We're gonna flirt with her. So these two are, you know, getting a bit more intimate. Probably things they've wanted to do but haven't really been able to. And then they've reset. So that's fun. I don't know what's going on. My Sims keep resetting today. It's all good. We're going to have them woohoo. Their very first woohoo. They've learned their mess around / woohoo interests. I'm only choosing woohoo, not try for baby. I am going to have them try for baby, but I'm going to wait until after they're married. Or not married. After they're young adults. His birthday's actually on Friday and hers is Saturday. So it won't be long. Just for now. I mean, she may get pregnant accidentally. It is a possibility. So it's later in the evening, as in it's 4 a.m, but shush. These two have met up for a midnight snack and he's congratulating his nephew on successfully marrying his bride. Fiona has also come in. I'm going to have her not do any of those things that are here. Compliment his outfit. Oh, Fiona, sweetie, Fiona, stop. You don't have to do that here. Fiona, I know you came from a small kingdom where you had to wash dishes, but don't worry about it. It's fine. And they're dancing. I didn't even tell them to do that. They're doing that on their own. Oh, I have 24 hours to pay my bills. I turned off the automatic bill payment in MC Command Center because I was trying to see if that was affecting my ability to earn rent in my off-screen save. Didn't make a difference, but that's fine. I could just turn it back on, I guess. They literally woohooed once, you guys. Literally one time. What is this? She got out of bed, started yelling because she had a dream about asteroids, then immediately was like, I think I'm going to be sick. And now she wants to shout. So that's fun. Maybe you could embrace her and make her feel better. She's complaining that, you know, she feels ill. Perhaps she's chalking it up to the staff. Somebody cooked food, you know, the chicken wasn't cooked through or something. And he's like, the chicken was fine. So I'm going to have him try and talk to her about her mood. I do love the fact that she's high maintenance. I think it's going to make this a lot more interesting. Oh, I love that the nanny's just walked in. Well, I guess I'm going to have him go take care of his needs. So the nannies come in to check on her and be like, do you need to help getting ready for the day? Because a lot of the dresses and things she'd wear would be a 2-person job to assemble. And she's like, oh, maybe she could complain that she's complaining she's not feeling well. Her stomach is upset. Now, obviously this is the next day and it is not realistic that you get morning sickness the day after you conceive. However, perhaps a few days have passed. Gloria knows enough to know about how these things work. No, sweetie, we don't wander around in our undergarments. Now, my actual plan for these two for today was that he needs to introduce Fiona to the kingdom. I would kind of like to introduce her to the people. So what I was thinking is I'm actually going to just take her to a couple of community lots with him and have them meet people and, you know, shake some hands and kiss some babies and all of that kind of stuff. She's going to be the people's princess, or at least that is the goal. So once they've both eaten, I'm going to take them out. It is almost lunchtime, but they did stay up super late as well. She's feeling a lot better. She's having a chat to Gloria, who's probably reassuring her that there was nothing wrong with the food, because maybe Fiona's like, you know, these people consider themselves to be so hoity-toity and over, like, superior to our kingdom. Their staff can't even cook chicken properly. Gloria's like, the chicken was fine. So I've brought them just to a beautiful little garden. I guess we'll just have them go here. He's basically showing her the sights. And from the point of view of the people at the moment, she's the foreign princess that nobody knows. I guess we could, we're sleeping on a bench, are we? That's great. Let's do a friendly introduction to Aurora. We've also got Sir Ratcliffe, I believe that is. No, that's Sir Emmanuel. Oh, actually, he's a descendant of Rebecca. Don't mop. Do not clean up. Can I make them dislike cleaning? Feels like it's been forever since you've been romantic. Oh, sweetie. It's been like 5 minutes. Is it because he was talking to Aurora And Fiona has a crush on Sir Emmanuel? No. I can see that he does resemble your husband. Is it the armour? Do you just like a man in armour, Fiona? Is that what's going on? I mean, I could see that, I guess. You need to stop talking to them now because you are having a crush on Emmanuel and I don't like that at all. Do a friendly introduction to Terence over here. Let's meet all the people. None of these people are people related to, by the way. I feel like I say that most of the time in this save now. That's a cousin of ours. We're not related to either of these. Although, again, with the red hair, feels like maybe you could be. Have you introduced yourself to them? It's not that I need her to be friends with everyone. That's not why I'm doing this. I just want her to know the people. All right, we're done talking to Scarlett now. Let's introduce ourselves to Merlin. I think he lives in Glimmerbrook, actually. So he's a little out of his way, but that's fine. He's not super impressed with us, that's for sure. He thinks Edward's pretentious. I mean, he's the crown prince. He's allowed to be. Whatever. Maybe he's like a fan of the Republic. He's not a fan of the monarchy or something. Am I hearing Fae? I just don't think they'd be here not in disguise. He's probably actually keeping an eye on the local goings on because the Fae are keeping a very close eye on things right now. Let's do a respectful introduction to these children. You know, be beloved by the children. That'll make you a good princess. Maybe little Clover is actually here. He's scoping the situation. He's here on behalf of the Fae Queen, Arya. You know, they've heard that there's a new princess and they're keeping a very close eye. Obviously, Bartholomew and his wife Emily are quite invested in the fate of the kingdom, even though Emily is persona non grata. She's been disowned by Gregory because of the whole running off with Bartholomew out of wedlock, blah, blah, blah. She was in a nunnery. It's a whole thing. The Fae don't have the same kind of puritanical approach to wooing outside marriage and stuff. They don't get why she was locked in a nunnery. They would probably just see that as an unjust imprisonment in the first place. Emily's very invested in the fate of the crown. She obviously wants to see her family continue to rule Windenburg. She doesn't necessarily want it to be Edward. I mean, Edward's her younger sister's child. She probably thinks it should be her child, but also I can't see a way that Emily could manage to get her son installed on the throne, to be perfectly honest with you. I think she would if she could. I just don't think that she could. I don't actually think it's possible. Even the Goths, who don't like Edward, I can't see them supporting an oath breaker's child. We're ordering a drink. Actually, I was going to have you take your wife to the stables. Fiona's from a kingdom that doesn't have, like, it's very small islands and things. And she probably hasn't had a huge amount of experience with horses. Oh, by the way, I need to introduce you guys to this young man. This is Fitzroy Graham. He is the child of Poppy Graham and an unknown father. The father is Sir Byron, who is in our house. But the two of them had a child out of wedlock. It was Fitzroy. And I thought once Fitzroy became a teen, the king or the knight have pulled some strings to get him into the royal stable, because in the royal stable he has a chance to make something of himself that he can't at the family farm, basically being a farmhand and scooping manure. So he's still scooping manure here, but he's at least in the royal stable scooping manure, and he's a potential understudy to Vincent. Byron isn't acknowledging his child, but I think he's still trying to do right by him. Oh, you don't know your horse who you've owned since you were a child. No worries. I'm actually going to cheat their relationship up a little bit. Oh, she does not look happy about that. Did that horse just poop right behind me? And he's like, look at me. Don't look at the poop. It's fine. So these two have taken their carriage back to the castle, and this probably would have happened in the carriage, but she's basically saying he's like, I've noticed you've been tense. Is there something wrong? And she's saying her fear is that he will realize he chose the wrong sister. So he's declaring his love, and he's like, I didn't choose the wrong sister. I chose the sister that I love. This is reinforcing his crush, which is great. So she's like, you're very sweet. And he's like, I know. Bless him. They're having an amorous exchange, and they have just gotten permission to woohoo from the Order of the Watcher and Society. So I guess I'm going to have them go do that before dinner. The other thing is that she's got 2 roles as future queen. One is to be his right hand and help him manage the kingdom. But the other one is to have lots of babies. Oh, he's embarrassed because his crush is nearby. Maybe he's a little bit worried about the woohoo thing and he's like, did I do it right? Because he's very new to this whole thing too, I'm just saying. He's still feeling embarrassed. Oh, Edward, honey, I'm sure you're doing fine. And now he wants to go ask for advice. We are not asking the king for advice on woohooing. So she didn't have a realization moment, but she does now have the eating for 2 moodlet. So I'm going to have her go to the bathroom. We're using the servant's bathroom, but that's fine. I'm going to have her go to the bathroom. It's the middle of the night. Everyone else is asleep. I'm actually going to have her go and wake up Gloria because I think she's now suspecting it too. I think before she told Edward, she'd want to confirm that she was correct. So maybe I'll have her share the big news with Gloria first. So Fiona has come down and she's like, you know, describing changes in her body and how she's been feeling. And Gloria's like, congratulations, it wasn't undercooked chicken after all. And, you know, probably asking her how she feels about that. And she'd be like, you know, well, obviously I'm happy to be able to give my husband an heir, assuming it's a boy. So Gloria's giving her a little hand massage and a little bit of pampering. And she's like, have you told him yet? And she's like, I didn't want to tell him until I'd confirmed. And Gloria's like, well, I think that you can say that it's confirmed. Just be aware, obviously explaining to her she needs to look after herself and that the first few months are a delicate time and she needs to basically, you know, no horse riding, which she actually isn't allowed to horse ride while she's pregnant in this game anyway. Sure, you can like jokes. So she's feeling sick and he's basically asking her if she's all right because he's noticed that she's feeling unwell. She's maybe asking if she can talk to him privately and then I'll just have them go, oh, buddy, are you okay? I have actually been letting them take medicine now. I figure that, you know, in a world where there's magic, maybe he has access to that. I also don't want him making her sick, so take the medicine. So he's going to snuggle her. Like I said, he's probably assuming this is a prelude to perhaps some more woohoo. So he's like, so you wanted to talk to me? And she's like, yes, I did. And, you know, she's not averse to the snuggling. Maybe look deeply into his eyes because that is very cute. The hat is, like, very inconvenient, I have to say. Maybe as a summer solstice, like, blessing. She's pregnant. And he's like, are you sure? And she's like, as sure as I can be. I've spoken to Gloria and she seems positive. He would be over the moon. One of the things Gloria probably didn't counsel against was more woohoo, and because these two are newlyweds, I am going to have them woohoo again. The damage is done. Like I said, I wasn't planning on having them get pregnant before they were both young adults, but it's fine. The only thing is that it does mean her birthday will be delayed. His is tomorrow and hers was going to be here, but it's pushed it out to here. So I assume that means the game knows she's going to have the baby in here somewhere. I'm going to wrap this part up here. Obviously, we now need baby name suggestions. The firstborn, if it's a son, will be the future king. If it's a daughter, I think she'll be the future queen if she doesn't have any younger brothers. That being said, this is the last generation of the challenge, so the challenge will continue until Edward has completed Big Happy Family, which is when he's friends with 4 grandchildren, I believe. So we probably won't actually see the heir inherit the crown, because if they do, that means that Edward has died and we've lost the challenge. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. But I need baby name suggestions, like I said. For the girl name suggestions in particular, they need to be, I think, 5 characters is the longest. And I'll leave this one here. Hopefully you have enjoyed. If you have, please like and subscribe. You know the drill. Don't forget to wash your hands. I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.